really bad. Like I was a prostitute in Missouri.
And making no money.
And I was like 4'3", so I went and took this dead guy's legs and sewed them onto mine. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Well, probably close to 10 or 12 years ago now, I was working on a video production in Houston, Texas, with an amazing friend and actor named John Grimion. If you've seen a lot of ABV titles, you've seen his name. He's done a lot of great things. But he was working on this video production with me, and one afternoon, he said, "Hey, you ought to go on, you've got some acting background, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, you ought to go and audition for this company here in Houston. They do like this Japanese animation stuff, and they need actors." And I was like, "Wow, cool, that would be fun." And so I went and auditioned, and we found out, because she just did Street Fighter, just did Chun-Li. And the first role, I went to ABV, and I got cast as Vega in Street Fighter 2. And then I just kept working with them, show after show, and then I met some people from Funimation, and I started doing some work with Funimation, and then met people from Los Angeles, and started doing some work in Los Angeles. So I was just, let me just say, I was very blessed. I am very, very grateful to God for the chance to do what I do. I kind of stumbled into it, and I'm very, very grateful that I did.
I think that's a very similar tale to most anime voice actors, because we all kind of met somebody that introduced us to it. And I was doing a play with Kent Williams, who played Dr. Giro on Dragon Ball Z. And I was in the play with him, and I was best friends with Meredith McCoy, who ended up playing Android 18. And he told us that he did voices for Dragon Ball Z, and her little brother was like, her little brother was a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. I did that because Travis was a huge fan at the same time. And so we flipped out, and we like totally wanted to go audition, and he wanted us to, and so we called up, and me and Meredith went in at the same time and auditioned, and she got Android 18, and I got Kid Trunks. And that's how it started, and then we just kept doing, stuff, and I met other people, and now I'm in California doing the same thing. It's awesome.
So I'm in college, right? And one day, in my fraternity house, we happened to flip one channel past ESPN, which just happened to be Cartoon Network. And what was on at that time? Dragon Ball Z. I saw a bunch of guys with huge muscles, spiky blonde hair, getting really pissed off and blowing things up. And I was hooked. So was the rest of my fraternity. So after watching an episode one day, people going, "Ah!" The credits rolled, and oh my God, there's Laura Bailey's name. What is she doing in my show? Well, we had the same theatrical agent in Dallas, so I quickly proceeded to hound my agent for her number, called her up, and was like, oh my God, you're in my show. How are you in my show? She responded like, I was a stalker. I was like, who is this? And I proceeded to hound her for the next 2 years to get me an audition at Funimation. And eventually, I did an independent film with Laura and Mike McFarland, and Mike finally brought me in, not Laura. And I got a little part in Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's all.
This creepy guy was calling and stalking me like I was going to bring him in.
And now you're in love. Such a sweet story. Question! All the way in the back with the pretty turquoise blue dress.
Yay! Oh, he's a mini skirt line.
Oh, that's not gonna happen, my darling.
No,
guys, you know what? We have absolutely got to do new things. And you know what? That line is on YouTube a million times. Be nice, I love you. Be nice, please. Standing right here with the red, yes, hi.
What's your favorite episode from Fullmetal Alchemist?
Oh wait, we got two at the same time. I'm sorry, You know what? We'll get you next in the red shirt and the girl with the red plaid tie here. What was your question?
Could you do one of Edward's slams?
Oh, we already did one. Do we have to do another one, really?
Yeah.
What's the matter, Bean Sprout? Okay, now red shirt.
That was so easy.
Okay, what's your favorite episode from Fullmetal Alchemist?
Favorite episode?
I think episode 13. Totally owned the little one. There's a debate on that, but come on. Either that or episode 25, because watching that and then seeing Hughes fall slowly backward. So sad.
I hope those of you that haven't seen the end of the series have at least seen through episode 25.
If you haven't, sorry. It was like 3 years ago.
My favorite episode was the one with Nina. I was roommates with Holly Blinkenbeard at the time, and she had brought the episode home to review it because she was directing. And I heard it like from my bedroom, and I was like, that sounds so sad. And I came out and started watching it, and I was like tearing up by the end of it when I was like, this is loud.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what kind of show is this? What am I?
Episode 13 was one of my favorites because, you know, I think we all know how that one ended. With the blade in the neck thing, remember that? Anyway, but you know what? I really, I love so many episodes from this show. There were so many great moments, and I mean, you guys know that better than anybody. The last handful of episodes, like 48 through 51, and all the things that kind of turned upside down, I absolutely loved. I really liked, and I don't even know why, but I really liked the Bury the Chopper episode. And I think the reason that I liked that one is because that was the first one that I actually cried in the end of the show. When, you remember, people always ask, you know, did you cry when Nina died? Well, I didn't, honestly. I mean, I know. You know, but you know what? I hadn't yet really kind of invested emotionally into the show. I didn't really know enough about the show at that point, and so that was like what we call acting. But later on, a few episodes later, with the Bury the Chopper thing, at the end when Ed's talking to Al, and he's talking about how he really thought he was going to be killed, he thought he was going to die, and how scared he was and everything, and those few moments there between Ed and Al on the steps, I was like tearing up, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe this. This show is really getting to me. And that was like episode 8 or 9. So early on, I just really fell in love with it, and it was just wonderful all the way out.
Pick the bunny!
Honey Senpai.
Yes!
She was getting a boost off this girl's back, and now that she got her name called on the
I
girl's
have a
back.
question, and then I have a gift for Travis.
Meat skinny.
My question is, if it wasn't the actual plot line, what would your characters like do for their jobs?
You mean like as our Full Metal characters?
Yeah, like if they were actually in the real world, what would they do?
Start forest fires. Smoke in the air would come along. And only you can prevent. Yeah.
Preparation from
What about you? What would you do?
I don't know. Other
I'm
than be a
thinking
prostitute,
something ironic. Yes.
she would like work in a diner, you know?
She'd be in Vegas.
She would have her own show in Vegas. That's so cute.
Celine Dion opening for Lost. Let's see. Ed would probably be dressed as an Ewok. Ed would be an Ed. And it would be the head Oompa Loompa. He would be an extra great. All the short people